Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, and the IYT. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like what you see, go to my website, sign up for a free membership, or click down here and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Alright guys, so daily chart, 46 million on a day. A lot of that came after hours. I think we had right around 35 or 36 million. I'd have to double check, but a little bit up or a little bit down, 6 cents down. Pausing, guys. We had a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-day rally, all-time highs, and then a slight little pause, pullback. We're holding this trend line. We've been going up and down in the channel for the last couple months, guys, since March. So that's what we're holding on here. And Google down after hours, so this will possibly pull down tomorrow. But you know how it goes, guys. Light volume markets, they'll buy the dip. We'll probably make new all-time highs, and Google will launch probably $100 or so. Who knows? But if this does continue higher, 250 to 255, we'll look up here for more resistance. If it does start to trend lower, then we'll look at support, gap fill, gap window, gap fill, the moving average, stuff like that. But the line in the sand will be this trend line if it gets down here. If it does, we'll see how it reacts and then possibly set up. I still think we're all going down here to the 200 MA. You have a gap fill as well as at 232.54 or so. So watch for this area. And remember, when stocks like this or ETFs, whatever, I don't care what they are, but they don't touch the 200 MA for a long time, that is a lot, not most of the time, but a lot of the time, it will be the target if it does start to end up going down. So watch for that. Again, 250, 255. If it comes in, gosh, you're probably looking at this pivot here, 235, and this gap fill here right around the 232 area, like we said. So watch for those. Let's go into the IWM. Still light volume, guys. Going into this earnings, I think that's what they were waiting for. The IWM, same thing. We've been in this channel, up and down, but it's been nice since November, straight up, chopping around in a bullish manner in this channel. We're at the top of the channel, trying to crack through this line here at 142.45. Pretty much closed right on top of it, a little bit above. So let's see what the next couple days brings. Google did have I guess their earnings were okay, but they sold off anyways. But this one's holding up. It's holding the old all-time highs back in here, and this little pivot as well. So, but this is your big area right there. So it's got to hold as it comes in here. I would say 141.90. You have a gap fill down here around 141.70. You have the 20, the 50, and the 200. Strong stance, bullish stance. Let's see what happens in the next couple days with the big earnings, guys. If we have disappointing numbers, this one will start to grind lower. Great support, all-time highs. So it's going to take a little more than earnings to come down, and a little more volume too. So watch for that as well. But again, good stance, bullish, above the MAs, trying to make new all-time highs. Let's see if we could get above the 144 to the 145. Then I'm thinking 150. If this starts to come in, 200 MA, then you have some pivot double bottoms down in here. And also I think there was a gap fill down. Yeah, there's a big gap fill down here at 130.82. So this one is going a little bit higher with the 200 MA. So if this does come down, we'll see how it reacts here. Again, like the SPY, here's your line in the sand. If that cracks, we're most likely going to this gap fill down here to 130 area. So watch for that. Let's go into the Qs. Qs, all-time high, even closed at the all-time high, guys. 53 cents down with Google, though. So we're going to see how this thing reacts. Everyone's getting excited. CNBC's hyping this thing up. We had a rally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days up on no volume, guys. I mean, it was okay. It was a little bit lighter even back in here as it was floating. But volume came in here when all the turbulence happened. Then it went pretty much to quiet. And boom. Closes at all-time highs, guys, going into all the earnings this week. It's pretty amazing, these markets, what they've been doing lately. We had 26 million. We were up 0.5% or 66 cents. It looks like it's going to get wiped out possibly tomorrow, but who knows? We have more earnings in the morning, but that's something. Let's just watch what these charts do. If it could stay above the 143.84 and chop around, I think we could get to 145 to 150. It gets to 150, we'll have to see how that reacts. If this does pull back, still have a couple gaps to fill. We stick a Fibonacci in there. If we do a fib from this low, let's see if we could get one in there. From that high to this low, we're going to have some areas there as well. We'll keep those in there. Gap fill at 139. I still think we get down in here. It may be double bottom, but let's see what happens with the Google. Let's see what happens going in tomorrow with AMD. And then what else is going on? Amazon, Tesla's coming up, Apple, all the big ones are coming up. So that's really going to determine where these markets are going, and that's really why I think the volume's just been subsided. Everyone's waiting on these things to see exactly how they can push this market up or possibly grind it down and take some profits, and a little bit of distribution going on up here at the highs. But Qs, guys, nothing wrong. Still above the MAs. Strong stance. Made a new all-time high, intraday high, and a closing high. So let's see if it gives us more sideways action for the setup for the higher prices, or does it slowly kind of grind down into the MAs curling up and then pop up possibly on some good earnings results. So again, we need more to the pattern here. I want to see more evidence of this thing chopping before it builds up some pressure for the pop, or I want to see if this thing builds some pressure up and then all of a sudden you get the drop, which I think will lead us right down to double bottom here, but ultimately fill this gap down here around 130. Ultimately with the 200 MA2. A lot of these charts, guys, even the Facebooks, Amazons, all these have this 200 just laying down here. It hasn't touched in 6-7 months. That is a lot of times the targets if this starts to come in. If not, like I said, 145 to 150, and then we'll take it from there. I mean, where did it get today? 144.87. So it almost made it there today. So let's keep an eye on this one tomorrow with the earnings, and we'll try to figure out where these things are going. The DIA now. DIA was a little bit weak today, 44 cents. No great shakes, guys. No big deal. But holding the 20 MA, holding this area here. We went up, sideways, up again. Kind of came in a little bit, just chopping around. I'm still thinking 220, 225, 230, then 236 area right in here somewhere, possibly, if it starts to continue up. Again, earnings will drive these markets up or down. And at this point, I don't know what they're going to bring. But what I'm looking at is this big trend line here. If this ends up slipping and coming in, that will be the big area for the bounce. If that doesn't bounce, then we're going to stair step down right back to, guess what, guys? 200 MA. So watch for that on all time frames, on all charts. I don't care what stock it is. If it's extended from the 200 MA and it hasn't touched it in months like this one and everything else since March, then you got to watch for that. That is usually the target. Pretty good uptrend here, though. Still above the MAs. Nothing wrong. Just keep an eye on that. Volume was light today at 14 million, and it did sell off a little bit, but no, nothing big. So watch for the earnings on the 30 stocks in the Dow, and that will drive these up or possibly drive that down. So watch out for that. So let's get into the IYT. IYT again a little bit weak, guys. 82 cents, 0.5% down. This one only has 116 million on a day, so it's not a lot, but I like to keep an eye on this one. But check that out, still holding that trend line down here. Amazing. But what a great push up here, guys, from the lows. 157, we get up here, double top, stalls out, tries to make a new run, new high at 176 or 175.75. I was thinking maybe 180 for this one, 185. Boom, turns right back around and comes down. Holding support here, though. So let's see if this can hold, or does it start coming in after a pattern here. So we have 2 days kind of chopping around. Let's see if we get a couple more. And if this builds pressure, this could fall to the, again, 200 MA. Double bottom down to here, maybe do a whole 50 or 100% retrace back to the bottoms. But again, guys, still in a strong stance above the 2 MAs, still below the 20, but still strong above these two. Now we're waiting for a pattern. Let's see what this little stall out area. You still have a gap fill down here a little bit with the 50 MA, so maybe it's going to go sideways here, chop around, then set up for the next down move, because there is a lot of support down here. Needs to crack through, or does a nice gap down and then keep going. So watch for that as well. So again, volume was really light on this one. I'm surprised it even sold off, but apparently some people are taking profits up here on the transports, because they've been flying, guys. What are you going to say? But overall, up since November, up and just chopping. This was the big trend line that we had in there. Look how it comes in, goes up, touches, comes in, tries to break above it, comes in, finally gets above it, gets below, breaks out, and then look, right back into it. So let's see if we can get below that. If you're bearish, and I think that can possibly see some more selling with earnings, guys. That's going to drive these markets up and down. Google went off today, not so good. It is still down a little bit after hours. It's $1,000 stock, though, guys. If it's down $50, it's not that big of a deal. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for today for these 5. Again, if you like these videos, sign up at StockBookie.com. It's free. Go down here, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and all that good stuff. And again, guys, thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.